Teresa Lehman, and today we are interviewing former MCHS student Sierra Hartsog. Sierra, what do you currently do?
Currently, I'm employed by Fresno State. I film the football practices and games. The games tend to change back and forth. I filmed end zone and sideline. I have filmed lacrosse games and equestrian, which was pretty interesting.
Very interesting. How long have you been filming football games?
Well, at Fresno State, I've been filming since August 17th, but I filmed at Mariposa too.
What is the best part about filming?
The best part is that I never feel like I'm working. I get to see like the same people all the time, but the crew that I work with is fun. They're always teaching me new things about the equipment and the databases and things like that. And the coolest part is all the places I get to go and travel.
Where have you traveled to?
I got to travel to the San Diego State game, and we got to travel around the city actually, going to meet some of the new recruits for the team next year and for spring ball. And the San Diego State game was pretty awesome. We got to film, I filmed in a press box right next to ESPN and ABC. Currently, I am not going to a college. I'm starting in January at a community college to get general ed out of the way because I was going to attend a college to become a vet tech and just decided that this is what I want to do. I didn't want to do that anymore. So I'm going to get my general ed out of the way in January, and then I'm going to go to a film school.
What colleges do you know that have specialized in filming specifically?
Right now, I am looking at two different colleges actually. There's a college that is based in Florida, but it's a really good online school, which would be good to do while I'm working here. It's called Full Sail University. I am also looking at Brooks Institute right now, which is in Ventura, California. Fresno State actually has a pretty good program that I'm thinking about, but I think once I get enough experience at Fresno State, I'd still like to go somewhere else.
What new techniques have you learned from the start of your filming career to currently?
Well, working at Mariposa High School, whenever I was traveling with the football team, I only ever filmed sideline. And now I've filmed end zone, two different sides of end zone. I filmed on the sideline, like on the field, not for the game, but down there for like a scrimmage, which was a pretty good experience. I've learned a lot more about the websites and things that you put the film on that I didn't do at the high school before. I just edited it. And then something else pretty cool that I also learned is how to intercut, which is it's a fancy way of putting an end zone shot, a sideline shot, and then another end zone shot, and you just watch them right in a row, all one play, and then you watch the next play, all three. So that's actually, it sounds pretty hard, but it's just like clicking buttons, and learning to do it was really cool. That was pretty exciting.
That's awesome. How did you get your filming job at Fresno State?
So the high school coaches at Mariposa kept telling me that even though I said I could never see myself in a job with film, that's all they talked about, and they told me that I should at least put it out there and see what happens and try and contact some people. And this was at the end of the summer, so I finally listened to them and I sent out some emails. I emailed Fresno City, Reedley College, and Fresno State, and Fresno State is the last place I thought would like email me back, but none of the other schools even emailed me back, and Fresno State emailed me 2 days later, and they said that they were on their summer break, but whenever they came back, they would let me know. And then it was August 17th, 2 days after I moved in, they emailed me and said, come to work the next day and fill out payroll information. And I just assumed I got the job, and so I went there and he took me out on the field, and it was in the middle of practice, so he had people filming out there. And he walked me around to each tower. We have really tall guard towers that we film in, and some are like lifts. And he walked me around to each tower and introduced me to everybody, and then took me back, and I filled out paperwork. And I came the next day and started filming.
Did you ever see yourself being in that position, or was it only like a dream that you could hope to happen?
No, not at all. I never imagined it. I don't really, we don't really interact with like the actual football team, but whenever I went to the San Diego State game, we went on like a private chartered plane, and I didn't really like imagine, I don't know, I mean, filming like 50 feet up, you look down and they don't look that big. But looking at a high school team and then walking through a plane of college football players who look like they're like 40 and they're huge, and then like watching them on the field, and then going to the San Diego State game, it was in the Chargers stadium that they played the Browns in the next morning, and there were Chargers players sitting down on the sidelines like watching them, and it's just awesome. It's pretty cool.
That is very awesome. Did you choose to go into a multimedia or film class by choice, thinking, oh, this might be cool, or was it a class that you were kind of shoved into, like, oh, kind of was forced in this class?
No, to be honest, I've always liked cameras, like snapshot cameras, not video, and so I wanted to be in yearbook, not video yearbook, and I heard a lot about the actual yearbook class, good and bad, but whenever I was put in video yearbook, I had no idea what the heck it was. And so I got into the class, and the first week, Mr. Hebern started sending out jobs and asking people what they wanted to do. And I raised my hand for everything because I wanted to see what I could do in that class. And the first thing I raised my hand for was football, and that's what I did for the rest of the year, is sports. I did some basketball, I filmed some wrestling matches, not very many. I did all of the senior nights, which was pretty fun, because I was a senior, so I related to that. Honestly, like, if anybody from video class is listening to this, take as much as you can out of this class, because even if it's not for you, it might be for someone else, and it changed my life. I love it.
Wow, that is very inspiring, actually.